I stole her because I thought she was perfect. The kind of girl you don't just let walk away. Smooth brown skin, soft voice, always texting me Bible verses in the morning. My best friend Chuka didn't deserve her. He treated her like just another girl. So I took her. And for the first few weeks, it felt like I had won. But winning is a funny thing. Because you can win the battle and lose your entire mind. My name is Tundi, 24, Lagos boy through and through. Grew up in Surulere, now working in Lekki as a back-end developer. Not rich, not poor. Just one of those guys trying to make it and still send something home to mom every month. My best friend Chuka was more of a brother. Tall, cocky, effortlessly charming. We met at Covenant University, did NYSC in the same state, even got our first jobs a month apart. The kind of bond where you don't need to speak every day, but if someone messes with him, it's war. Until I met her. Mina. She was, my God. My goodness. The kind of girl who made you rethink your standards. Always smelling like vanilla. And for some reason she only ever smiled at me. Chuka introduced her at a dinner. Said they'd been talking for a bit. Nothing serious. But I could see it, how he looked at her like she was just another post to swipe past. And I started replying her Instagram stories. Subtle. Strategic. By the time I asked her out for coffee, just as friends, Chuka was busy with a new girl already. So I didn't feel guilty. Not at first. She said yes like she'd been waiting for me to ask. By week 2 she'd met my sister. By week 4 she had a drawer at my place. My boys kept saying, "Tund, this one go carry you enter church." And I laughed. Because it was true. But then, little things started to feel off. She never slept at night. Said she was more productive after midnight. Her phone never rang, except once when the screen flashed unknown number and she stared at it like it had spoken to her. She cried in her sleep sometimes. Whispered things like, "Don't take me back." When I asked, she smiled and said, "Nightmares." But the way she looked after those dreams. Like she hadn't just dreamt. Like she had escaped. Then one evening, I bumped into Chuka at a bar in Ikoyi. We hadn't spoken in months. He looked thinner. Hollow. Like grief in human form. He didn't even greet me. Just leaned in and said, "She comes back, doesn't she?" I was confused. "Amina?" I asked. He nodded slowly. "Tell her to stop whispering my name at night. I haven't slept in 3 weeks." Then he left. I laughed it off, told myself he was being dramatic. But that night, I woke up at 2:17 a.m. And Amina wasn't in bed. I found her in the kitchen, rocking on the floor, muttering something in house I couldn't understand. When I touched her shoulder, she flinched so hard she knocked over a mug. Her eyes, they didn't look like hers. Just blank. Like something was using her body and forgot how to pretend to be her. The girl I thought I had stolen? She wasn't stolen. She chose me. But not for love. Not for safety. She chose me because I was weaker. Because I wouldn't fight what was happening. Because I was so desperate to have her, I never asked what she was hiding. Chuka did. He told her no when she asked to move in. He noticed the lies. The missing hours. The way mirrors fogged when she walked past. He left her. I took her. Remember what I said at the beginning? That I stole Amina from Chuka? That was a lie. She was never his. Not really. She belonged to whatever had its claws in her before we ever met her. She didn't come into our lives to be loved. She came to be anchored. To someone. Anyone. So she wouldn't have to go back to wherever she'd come from. I tried to leave. Packed her things. Blocked her number. But she showed up the next day. Hair wet. Eyes glassy. Hands trembling like she'd been electrocuted. "Tund," she whispered, "you don't understand. If I leave you, I disappear. For real this time." And I believed her. Not because of love. Because the floor under her feet was dripping. And the air smelled like smoke and salt water. I let her stay. And for the next 6 months, I lived in a relationship that felt more like a hostage situation. We never fought. We never touched. We just existed. She'd sit at the window watching the rain. I'd lie in bed wondering if I'd ever sleep again. Then one day, I came home. She was gone. No note. No message. No trace. But every time I try to date someone new, every time I feel close to someone again, my phone rings. Unknown number. Silence on the line. And then, breathing. So no, I didn't steal her from Chuka. I inherited her. And now, I think she's waiting. Not to come back to me, but to be passed on to someone else. Maybe you. Watch who you fall for. Not every broken heart is human.